We're here in the Ohio River watershed celebration with Denny Tubbs from the Pennsylvania Fish and Boat Commission. Denny, how has the quality of the river changed over the years? You were telling me a little while ago about a story about you and your brother when you were little.
Well, the rivers have changed quite a bit. In the 60s with my older brother, we used to come down and ride on Gateway Clipper Fleet, good ship lollipop. And at that time, as kids, it was interesting just seeing the dead rats. I mean, that's what we did. We counted how many rats we saw. We didn't see too many anglers or boaters on the water, but it wasn't good at that time. I mean, there were carp and catfish at the time, and actually the low point of the rivers was late 60s, early 70s, where in the studies they found about 6 species of fish in the rivers.
And what's the condition of the river now?
Well, now in our latest studies, actually we used to, when we did studies every year on the rivers, and the species would fluctuate what we would find on the rivers until the mid-90s, whenever the species stayed pretty constant. So in 1994 we started to list the species found in the river, and every year we've added species to it. And in the Pittsburgh pool around the city of Pittsburgh, in that area, right now we have documented 56 different species of fish from the 5 or 6 back in the late 60s.
Well, you and a lot of other people were instrumental in bringing the Bassmasters Classic to Pittsburgh. That really, I think, presented a different picture to the world of water quality around Pittsburgh. You see all these bass fishermen in there. Tell me a little bit about what went into that and what it took to sort of convince them that it's not the same Pittsburgh they may remember from 40 years ago.
Well, the hard thing was that, everybody thinks of Pittsburgh and they think of dead rivers, bad rivers. So presenting them the facts, pictures of anglers catching fish, our study, Fish and Boat Commission study reports. I mean, eventually they got the idea, even had to take people on the river to fish to convince them that there are fish here. But none of that would have been possible without the watershed groups in Western PA. I mean, if you talk to anybody, there's no way to really clean up a big river, but if you clean up all the tributaries, and that's what it is. There's thousands of people in Western Pennsylvania. They're the ones that really made it possible for the Bassmasters to come, because they cleaned up all their little streams by their houses. You may not think you're doing much with a little stream out behind your house you step across, but you clean that up, and another group cleans the next one, and the next one, and the next one, and eventually they all run into the big rivers, and then the big river comes along behind everything. So it's really all the people out there every day or once a week doing their studies that really made it possible to clean up the rivers.
Well, I understand the regionals are here too, actually, in the next couple of weeks, right?
Yeah, at the end of September 2007, we have the Mid-Atlantic Divisional tournaments. It's the top 12 anglers from 6 states in the Mid-Atlantic Division, and somebody from this tournament will actually make the 2008 Bassmaster Classic, because the top one from each state here, Pittsburgh in September, move on to the national championship. Then the top one out of the Mid-Atlantic Divisional at the national tournament will make the Bassmaster Classic. So we do have a classic contender that will be here fishing September 26th, 27th, and 28th.
Well, that's terrific. Denny, thanks very much.
Thank you.